Chapter 58. The Conversations. Thanks to Roz's truce, life inside the nest was mostly harmonious. But when the animals went outside, it was business as usual. Sometimes a lodger wouldn't return. Sometimes a lodger would return in the belly of another lodger. As you can imagine, that made for some awkward moments. So when everybody was gathered around the fire, they tried to keep things pleasant by having a conversation like these.
I wonder what Bright Bill is doing right now.
Chit-Chat lay on her back and looked at the ceiling as she spoke. And where she is and what she's going to do and everything's back here on the island. I am sure he thinks about us, said Roz. I think about him all the time. I like to imagine the geese that have fun flight in the wintering grounds, and now Bright Bill is floating on the lovely lake and eating yummy food and making wonderful new friends, but I hope he's not too wonderful because I'd like to stay his best friend if it's possible. That is nice thought, said Roz. But I worry that the flock might have gotten caught in this icy weather. I do not think they would handle it well. Don't worry, I'm sure they're fine, said Chit-Chat. Bright Bill's such a great flyer, and I know he'll just keep the flock out of trouble. He is a great flyer, said Roz. But I still worry.
Life is short.
Digged on the old groundhog was giving another one of his fireside speeches.
I'll be lucky if I see the spring. I don't want your pity. I've had a good run, but I'll tell you what, if I could do it all over again, I'd spend more time helping others. All I've ever done is dig tunnels. Some of them were real beauties too, but they're all hidden underground, where they're no good to anyone but me. And they weren't even good to me this winter. Now the beavers, they have it all figured out. They built that beautiful dam which created a lovely pond that made all of our lives better. That must feel mighty good.
Yeah, the beavers make our lives better in all the other ways, said Fink. They taught Roz how to build.
No, ain't that the truth?
Said Digdon.
Roz, you must have saved half the island with your lodges, and to think we used to call you a monster. I'll repay my debt to you if it's the last thing I do.
Your friendship is payment enough, said Roz.
Oh, please, your screen is going to make me sick. There must be something we can do.
Your friendship really is enough. Friends help each other, and I will need all the help I can get. My mind is strong, but my body will not last forever. I want to survive as long as possible. And to do that, I will need the help of my friends. The animals listened quietly to Roz and thought of their own struggles to survive. Life in the wilderness was hard for everyone. There was no escaping the fact, but the robot had made their lives a little easier. And if ever they could, the animals would return the favor.
Yeah, I have a 93 winters, far more than any of you.
Crag the turtle spoke slowly, but everybody always listened to his words.
And I can tell you that the winters have gotten colder, and the summers have gotten hotter, and the storms have gotten fiercer.
Yeah, I heard that the ocean has gotten higher, said Chit-Chat. But I don't see how that could be true. I mean, where did the extra water come from?
You are right. The ocean is higher,
said Crag.
My grandfather used to say that long ago. This island was not an island at all.
It was a mountain surrounded by flatlands, and then the ground shook, and the oceans grew, and the land slowly flooded until the mountain became this island. Animals from far and wide were forced to come here to escape the floodwaters. In those early days, there were too many animals living in too small a place. The island did not have enough food to feed them all, but between fighting and disease and famine, a balance was finally reached, and we have kept the balance ever since.
Chit-Chat's eyes grew wide with concern. If the ocean keeps rising, will the island swallow us up by the waves and we don't even know how to swim?
If the waves ever do swallow this island, it will not happen for a very long time,
said Crag.
By then we will all be long dead, even me.
Everything has a purpose.
It was Swooper's turn to lecture the lodgers.
The sun is meant to give light. Plants are meant to grow. We owls are meant to hunt.
Yeah, we mice are meant to hide.
We raccoons are meant to scavenger.
Roz, what are you meant to do?
I do not believe I have a purpose.
Oh! I respectfully disagree,
said Swooper.
Clearly, you were meant to build.
Yeah, I think Roz is meant to grow gardens.
Roz is definitely meant to care for Bright Bill.
Perhaps I am simply meant to help others